What's going on YouTube world? My name is Ghiman Mckinney. I appreciate you guys for watching this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now, as it does help these videos get out to the public and the channel to grow. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can, and turn on post notifications too, so you don't miss a single one of those videos that I post. It's only right to you guys. You also can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. Alright, shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Shout out to them. If you guys did not know, in the offseason, I picked the Cleveland Browns to go 10-6 and win their division. I said they would win their division and get in the playoffs. I thought that if they didn't win their division, they'd be a wild card team. So I was high on the Browns this year. Obviously, last week versus the Titans, that was an abomination. I don't know. They just didn't show up. A ton of penalties. Bad football being played. Bad offensive line play. Bad offensive play overall. The team just looked sloppy and not prepared for week one. But they came out today and played pretty well. This is a good win for the Browns. Way to get back on track. Now, again, they were not overly impressive tonight, in my opinion. But again, a 20-point win on the road versus the Jets. I mean, I'll take that. The Jets aren't very good to me, but I mean, if you're the Browns, look, it's still early in the season, guys. It's still early in the season. It's week number 2. You know, so the first week or two of the season, teams are a little bit rusty. So, you know, the Browns, it's good that they're at least 1-1. You couldn't fall to 0-2 because, God forbid, if you fell to 0-2 with this schedule you guys have, I mean, you're probably not making the playoffs. So, again, the Browns, they need every win they can get. So, again, it's great that they came out today, responded. The first couple drives, you know, they moved the ball pretty well. Baker Mayfield had a decent day. What do you have? Baker Mayfield went 17 for 33, 296 yards at the time of this recording. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He didn't play overly impressive today, but Baker Mayfield made some nice down the field throws. He was consistently pushing the ball down the field. Now, again, the Jets, they did a good job of disguising some things. They kind of had him a little bit off balance tonight, but again, Baker Mayfield played a pretty decent game. One thing for the Browns I will say is they need to score. They need to find a way to score more in the red zone. Okay, they need to find a way to convert some of those trips in the red zone to touchdowns. Okay, because the first 2 drives they've had to settle for field goals. Okay, and you listen, we are playing good teams like, let's say, the Ravens. I don't know, the Patriots, the Chargers. I mean, the Chiefs. Name any elite team in the AFC that you're playing. Okay, you can't be selling for field goals in the red zone, okay? So you want to put up as many points as you can. I think the Browns just need to work on that because early in the game, they didn't get very many points in the red zone because they had to settle for field goals, okay? You got to punch those things in. And again, I think I attribute that to their bad offensive line play. Their offensive line is still not quite where it needs to be. The offensive line needs to continue to get better. It's obviously the weak link of this team, but again, I like what I saw from the Browns. They responded tonight. Nick Chubb had a big touchdown run. You know, 20 carries, 72 yards on the ground for the Browns overall on the day. OBJ had a big touchdown catch. That was an explosive play. And I would love to see more down the field vertical passing from the Browns, but again, it was a good win tonight. They were without David Njoku pretty much for this whole game because he did suffer a concussion. They were without Rashad Higgins. Antonio Callaway still suspended. You know, Jarvis Landry didn't have a big day today. So again, the Browns, they had some wide receivers missing. They had some parts missing. So it wasn't pretty tonight offensively. It wasn't like anything special offensively, but they did what they needed to do to win, okay? This is a game that you just need to get, okay? You need to get this win on the road. It's always tough playing on the road, whether you're playing a terrible team or a great team. So the Browns, they responded pretty well tonight, and this defense looks very, very good. The defense actually played okay in the opener versus the Titans. It's just that the team gave up. I mean, whenever your quarterback throws 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter, I mean, it's putting your defense in a bad spot. So the Browns defense, to me, versus the Titans actually played okay until the team pretty much fell apart in that fourth quarter. So, again, Myles Garrett, he's a stud. Sheldon Richardson, he's a stud. Olivier Vernon, he's a stud. Denzel Ward, a stud. Greedy Williams, a stud. They have great linebackers. Kirksey, Mac Wilson, Sherbert. Okay, the linebackers are very good. The Browns defense is very, very underrated. Now, again, it is the Jets, but it's always hard to hold any team, whether they're a bad team or a good team, to 3 points. And they held them to 3 points tonight. That's very good. I think Myles Garrett potentially could be a defensive player of the year candidate. And that's one thing about the Browns. That's why I said they need to start a little bit faster. They need to get more touchdowns in the red zone. Because the thing about the Browns is why I was so high on the Browns in the offseason was because of their defensive line. I figured if the Browns can start off games fast and score early and often, they can just pretty much unleash Myles Garrett. They can pretty much unleash Sheldon Richardson or Olivier Vernon, okay, and get after the passer, okay, and they can create a lot of turnovers. So again, that's where I'm at with the Browns. It wasn't overly impressive tonight. They looked pretty good on offense at times, but again, they showed their whips. They showed their rips a little bit, okay? The Jets were still able to get some pressure on Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield, he did miss some throws. He was getting a little bit confused. I think Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Jets, did some pretty good things tonight defensively. You know, their defensive coordinator played called a pretty good game versus Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is still in his second season, guys. Let's give him a little bit of slack, okay? He's in his second season. He's going to continue to grow. He hasn't even played a full 16-game season yet. So Baker Mayfield still has a lot of time and a lot of room to grow. And he's going to miss some throws. He's not going to be the best player on the field every night, okay? He's a young player. So let's continue to give him some time. Let's continue to see how he works with OBJ. Let's continue to see how he works with Jarvis Landry. I do think that Nick Chubb is the driving force of this team. I understand Baker Mayfield and Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr., Callaway, Njoku, they're all great. But when they're playing well is when they're running the football. They need to run the football a little bit better with Nick Chubb. So again, I like this Browns team. Next week versus the Rams, if they want to be taken seriously, this is a must-win game. Baker Mayfield's going to have to play better than he played tonight because honestly, Baker Mayfield, he didn't play terrible, but he wasn't overly impressive tonight. He just wasn't, okay? He wasn't anything special tonight. In order for Baker Mayfield and this Browns team to be taken seriously, they need to win that game versus the Rams because I'm looking at their schedule. You got the Rams at home. You have to travel to Baltimore next week, and Lamar Jackson's looking like an MVP type candidate. Okay, you got to travel to the 49ers next week. You got to play Seattle. You got to play at the Patriots. You got to play at the Broncos later in the year. So this early first 9 weeks of the season is going to be a tough stretch for the Browns. They need to go out there and get all the wins that they should win out of the way. They need to beat some of these good teams. In order to be taken seriously, in order for the Browns to make the playoffs, they're going to need to win pretty much all the games they need to win, okay? So again, that game versus the Rams next Sunday, if they want to be taken seriously, they need to win this game. And pretty much for their psyche too, because the Browns, we all know that they have talent. We all assume they're going to be good, but what have they done? Who have they beaten? So they need that stable win on their season to say, hey, we're here, we're a good team, we can beat the Rams, we can beat a team like the Eagles, you know, the Chiefs maybe, or they need a signature win on their season, okay? This is a big game for them on Sunday Night Football next week. And Baker Mayfield, you're going to have to play a little bit better, okay? So that's my thoughts on the Browns. It was a good win. Their defense played pretty well. I think their defense is the most underrated unit of their football team. I don't understand why they don't get more love, but again, shout out to the Browns. They came out and played pretty well. As far as the Jets go, the Jets are a mess. They're not very good. They're just not. And again, if the Browns had have lost this game, oh, God forbid, if you couldn't beat Trevor Siemian, if you couldn't beat Luke Falk, if you couldn't beat those players, then you don't deserve to make the playoffs, okay? That's just my humble opinion, okay? Again, Trevor Siemian goes down early in the game. You have to bring in Luke Falk, your third-string quarterback. I mean, Sam Darnold's out indefinitely. We don't even know when Sam Darnold's going to be back. And even when Sam Darnold is back, the offense is still not very good. It's Le'Veon Bell or bust. I mean, Robbie Anderson's a good player. Crowder's a good player. But other than that, they don't have anybody. The offensive line is still not very good. It's just not. The Jets are just behind the 8-ball. They're not a good team. And tonight, they actually played pretty hard defensively. Okay, Jamal Adams played his heart out pretty well today. Their pass rush did okay. Again, Cleveland's offensive line is just still not where it needs to be. But again, the Jets played pretty hard tonight. They played with effort. They're just not a talented team. They're just not. Okay, and Jets fans, I'm sorry if you thought you were going 9-7 or 8-8. I said the Jets would go 7-9 in the offseason. I'm definitely going to move off that a little bit. I think they'll probably win about roughly maybe 5, maybe 6 games. Because when I look at this Jets schedule, it's not easy. At the Patriots next, at the Eagles, Cowboys, Patriots again, at the Jags, at the Dolphins. Dolphins are a terrible team. You should beat them either way. The Giants at home, maybe you win that game. The Redskins, maybe you win that game. The Raiders, toss-up game. They look pretty good versus Kansas City early on and pretty good versus Denver. At Cincinnati, at the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bills. I mean, the Dolphins they're not going to be in for a good year. They're just not. They're still rebuilding. And again, I think Adam Gase is a decent head coach, but again, we just need to give the Jets a little bit of time. They're just not a good team right now. They're in a rebuilding mode. Let's see what they have with Sam Darnold. Let's see what Sam Darnold looks like when he comes back healthy. And let's get Sam Darnold some weapons too, because this offensive line is not very good. And I understand that. Look, you added to the team, you know, by getting Jamison Crowder, by getting Le'Veon Bell, but there needs to be more. There needs to be more weapons added. This team's just not good enough offensively. They don't have the personnel to match up with teams. Okay, they just can't. They can't score and match up with teams. They're just not a talented team. They're not. And again, it did hurt them tonight that C.J. Mosley and Quentin Williams were out. But again, if I'm the Jets, I'm not in for a good season, in my opinion. I'm just not. So again, what to see. Again, shout out to the Browns. They came out and played pretty well today. It's going to be very interesting to see how they continue to progress, how Baker Mayfield continues to progress. Because Baker Mayfield is throwing a lot of interceptions as they play. He has like 4 interceptions on the season. You know, I thought he would take that next step. Just hasn't quite shown it the first 2 games. So again, the Browns, I'm going to tell you right now, next week, if you want to be taken seriously, you got to win that game. And again, Freddie Kitchens, shout out to him. He coached a pretty good game today. OBJ looked good. Jarvis Landry could look better. I think the Browns will progress as the season goes on. If the Browns can get through the first layer of their schedule, you know, a good team, you know, at least above 500 or around 500, the latter part of their schedule is very, very easy. So the Browns, if they can get through this tough stretch of games early in the season, they're going to probably make the playoffs, because the Pittsburgh Steelers, now that Big Ben Roethlisberger is hurt, it's pretty much a race between the Ravens and the Bengals. Not the Bengals. Whoa. The Ravens and the Browns. Yes, the Bengals. I don't believe in the Bengals. They're improved a little bit, but again, they just got blown out at home by Jimmy G. I was very high on Jimmy G and the 49ers. I said the 49ers would win about roughly 10 games this year. I said they would win their division. I told everybody in the offseason, they laughed at me, but hey, they look pretty good. So again, I don't think the Bengals are going to compete for this division title. I know Mason Rudolph's a very good quarterback, but again, I still think the Browns potentially could take this division. Lamar Jackson played like an MVP, I get it, but I want to see the Browns play the Ravens this year. I want to see that matchup, because I think that's going to be a very fascinating matchup. I'm also interested to see how Lamar Jackson looks versus Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, because that's going to be some must-see TV. Mahomes versus Lamar Jackson, man, that's going to be special. But again, shout out to the Browns. They got a much-needed victory. If they would have lost this game, I would have lost zero hope for them. I would have seriously questioned Freddie Kitchens. So again, that's my thoughts on the game. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and where you disagree with me. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video today. Be sure to smash this like button right now if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I do post a ton of great sports videos weekly and almost every single day if I can. A fun fact about me is I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world. I want to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. Kind of like Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp. You get the point. Okay, I want to do sports, television, and radio for a full living once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. So the best thing you guys can do to just help me continue to grow as a young broadcaster is to just share this channel with all your friends, because potentially if this channel really gets somewhere, I want to start my own network, okay? You know, or potentially if it doesn't, you know, or if I fall a little bit short, I want to go into a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. So the best thing you guys can do to just flat out just help me grow as a broadcaster, help me learn, you know, get other people hip to this channel, you know, just share this channel with all your friends, share this channel on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. Also, be sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. And once again, guys, just share this channel with everyone you know. Get everyone hipped and watching these videos. Get my voice out there and heard. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's been your boy, Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in today. I really do. Have a God blessed day. Stay motivated, you guys, and I'm out.